should be typing at the moment, just put your computer down or turn it around like some people have done, just so I know you're paying attention. I know that a lot of you have got these first ones right, so I'm just going to do it. You don't need to tell me your answers because I know you've done it. One thing I will add though, this A represents a number that we don't know what it is yet. Now, I remember when I said to you doing percentages, what if we find a percentage of a number we don't know yet? And that was like a massive problem for a lot of you. This seems to have been okay so far, but 1A, that is 1A. Now, you will listen to the words that I say when I say it. I say it slightly differently because I'm doing algebra as a what? What? What was the objective? Language. Okay? So algebra is a written language for mathematics. And I want to be able to read it in the most appropriate, correct way. Some people are still typing. Close your laptop or turn it around or... Okay. So I have 1A plus another A plus another A plus another A. I will end up with 4 A's. Okay, so I would write that as 4 A's. Now, a lot of people would say, but that's 4 times A, which it is. 4 multiplied by A, which it is. But the best way I found of thinking about it is I have 4 A's. That's what multiplication means, right? So 4 A's. This one, look, I have 5 B's to start with, but then I subtract a B, so I end up with only 3 B's. This one, I start with a C, I subtract a C, nothing. I add a C back on, I've got a C, but I subtract a C, I've got nothing. Then I finally end up with 1C. But you will have noticed that if you put 1C in, it marks you wrong. Because I don't need to say I have 1C. I can just say I have a C. One of them. I have 1C there. That's what I've already written. So that's one thing for you to be aware of, is that we don't use ones because the letter itself tells me I have one of them. All right. Now, the next line, now it's saying I have 2 D's. Austin's trying to sneakily get some more in. That's why his laptop's turned, you know. 2 D's plus 3 D's means I end up with 5 D's. Notice how I say it. I've got 7 E's minus 6 E's. I end up with just 1 E left over. I've got 3 F's. I add 7 F's. That puts me on 10 F's. But I subtract an F and I end up with 9 F's. They're all pretty simple. Then we get to the ones that are different. This confused people. This time, I've got 3 G's and 2 H's. So 3 G's. The word and in mathematics is a plus. 2 H's. They don't go together. And it makes no sense, if you say it correctly, to put them together. Now, actually, most of you, when you reached this one, didn't want to put it together, which is great. In the past, I'd have seen, would you understand if people wrote it as 5GH? Makes no sense, right? However, people do that because they just want to stick it together because they're not talking, they're not saying what I've got. I've got 3 G's and I've got 2 H's. All right. This one, 5 J's plus 3 J's is 8 J's. 2 K's plus a K is 3 K's. Now I'm going to go straight to this one. 3p's. Now this subtract is for the q's, not for the p's. So I'm up 3p's already, and I add another 9p's. So I actually have 12p's. Now here's where it's getting a bit more challenging. So people are typing that in. You just can't resist, can you? Can't resist just typing in an answer I've just told you, rather than waiting 2 minutes so you have to think of it again yourself. Yeah? There are 3p's. I add 9p's. The adding comes with the 9p's. So I end up with 3p's plus 9p's is 12p's.
So you just
add them together, just like you were in all the others. Yeah.
Would you still?
Well, let's have a look. The next bit, I'm now at negative 4q's. And I'm going to subtract another 6q's. So if I'm at negative 4 and I subtract another 6, I'm actually subtracting 10q's in total. Now here's where some people get confused, which is, what about the 1? Which one do I add it on? Well, P is a number eventually. Q is a number eventually. 1 is already a number. And I know once I've figured out what P and Q need to be, I'm just going to add 1 on the end. All right. Now what we say, just so you're aware, I have done lots of simplifying. This expression has been simplified from, Jordan, you paying attention? 4 terms down to how many terms? Thank you, Javi, for putting your hand up. Javi, 1 term. This one has been simplified from 5 to 1 term. This one has been simplified from, Amaro? 5 terms down to 2. Do you understand what the words collecting like terms might mean now? What are like terms, Kaylin? Yeah. So like terms are the ones that have the same letters. Almost. I'm not going to tell you why. I think, how is everyone feeling about what we've just done there now? Okay, so you can probably finish that off. Now, before you do, it's amazing. Sometimes you don't work at all, and other times you can't wait to get onto it. All right. If I click on level 2, all right, similar sort of stuff, just more letters, more subtractions. I would actually, if you fancy giving it a go, level 3, what's different? The squares. So finish off level 1 and then have a go at level 3. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. All right, go for it.